It is talking transfers. We are in the lovely surroundings of Brasco, and I'm joined by the equally lovely Paul Gorst from the Liverpool Echo to talk about transfers. It's the first time this summer we've done it. Nice to get the band back together on a Monday morning, and you know, we might not have done it yet, but the Reds have been busy. Haven't they? They've been active already. Jeremy Frimpong is through the door, and it looks like very closely to be followed by his old Leverkusen teammate, Florian Wirtz. How interested are you in, you know, how it's come together? Because it felt like a bit of a punt from the Reds, but like you at the races on Saturday, so sometimes punts come off.
I mean, when it sort of initially developed, maybe a month ago now, and maybe five weeks ago, the idea was that he's a player that Liverpool really like. Sort of made it known that they would like to have a conversation, but always with the acceptance that maybe he'll go to Bayern or he'll stay at Leverkusen and do another year. And obviously City were at the table at the time as well, and it's just sort of fallen into place, hasn't it? Clearly the sales pitch, however it was delivered, has won the day. You know, whether that was some conjecture over whether Liverpool actually met him at Blackpool Airport or whether that was just speculation in Germany, I'm not too sure. But however it was sort of delivered, there was a sales pitch that was just emphatic by all accounts. So he went on a little short holiday to Corsica and then did some thinking it over with his mum and his dad, who were very sort of hands-on in terms of his career moves. His dad's his agent. And then on the 23rd, he informed everyone of his decision. So, huge coup for Liverpool. I think Bayern were maybe a little bit complacent. I think they maybe just assumed that he was going to be the next cab off the rank to them because they have a long-established history of getting German international players to come to them from rivals, don't they? But not this time. And Liverpool are getting a superstar in waiting, if not already. You know, Bundesliga Player of the Year, 22 years of age, Germany international. What he achieved at Leverkusen, I suppose, is it technically the season after.
I know it's hard. I get myself in knots.
23-24. You know, going the entire season unbeaten, winning the German club, a whisker away from a treble as well. Obviously beating Europa League finalists. That was remarkable, really, and he was the talisman in that team. So I guess he might be looking at thinking, I've conquered everything I can do in my homeland. Let's see what the Premier League's all about. And the Premier League champions have been waiting in the wings for him. So it's a history-making deal, isn't it? Club record. Could be a potentially British record if all the add-ons are reached. And I think supporters have got every reason to be massively excited.
Yeah, massively excited because he is the kind of player who could really take a team to another level, and all the stuff that we've done, and I'm sure you've done around him when you speak to people who've watched a lot of him and worked with him and things like that, just say, like, you know, what a phenomenal talent he is. And that is obviously why that they're willing to spend the money, and there's constant talk amongst Liverpool fans, some more than others in terms of, you know, volume and how much they talk about it, just on how much FSG spend, how much Liverpool spend on player, but they have shown in the past that if it's the right player, if it's the player who they think can, well, first of all, it is so much better than anyone else sort of in that position, but they feel like, you know, it's almost a sure thing that they will spend the money, and this feels very Virgil van Dijk to me, just with a bit of inflation.
Yeah, I mean, they've been very patient, aren't they? Painstaking, exhaustive, comprehensive, however you want to describe it. They don't basically make these decisions lightly. They're not a Chelsea where they'll throw caution to the wind, and if it doesn't work out, they go again and do the same again the next summer. You know, I always think of like those two clubs as the sort of antithesis of one another in terms of the elite Premier League clubs and the transfer models. So when Liverpool go big on someone, it's because they are 100% sure that he's going to be a massive hit. And yeah, he is being viewed sort of inside the club as a similar sort of transformational signing as Van Dijk was, as Alisson was, and you know, you look at those two now, they're still there at the club, still two of the biggest and best players that they've got. So if he can come in alongside that bracket and become a real mainstay of the team over the next 5 years, so Liverpool have got an absolute superstar, haven't he? And it's going to be interesting to see where he plays because he's versatile. He can play off the front. He's obviously, you know, a sort of archetypal number 10 who works as well. But don't think you're spending that level without playing him where he's most comfortable, which I think is like a sort of number 10 position. So does that leave the door open for a number 9 pursuit later in the window when a few more ducks in a row in terms of players who might be out the door? So I just think it's an incredibly exciting time for Liverpool. Obviously on the pitch, you know, everything they've just achieved and what they're looking to do next. It's just a really, you know, incredible time to be supporting them, to be covering them, to be following them. So yeah, let's see what happens next.
YouTube, press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.